and we'll definitely be able to get through this webinar today successfully. So it should be really good. Thanks for coming on again, and thanks for your understanding yesterday. Now, I wasn't able to send out an email yesterday. The main reason is that I wasn't able to get internet. My web page that I had all the information on wouldn't let me load those replays on. So I'm going to be doing it today. I'll be loading the replay from last webinar and the replay from this webinar here today. So what I was covering yesterday, I'm going to recap it again today, exactly the same way as we did yesterday to make sure it's fresh in your mind, is that yesterday, last time we went on a webinar, we covered a few topics, and I've had some people that have sent me through emails with their mind maps, which is awesome, and I'll be responding to those very soon. Now, the key to creating your first giveaway product to generate leads is to really plan out what you're going to be selling, and that's what we covered in the last webinar, being able to create mind maps, being able to structure your content in such a way that you can easily write the content down. Now, who's actually completed their mind maps today for today's session? Put a 1 in the box if you have, put a 2 in the box if you haven't yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually upload a example mind map right now. I'm going to put it in Dropbox, and you'll be able to download this example mind map, and I'll put this underneath this webinar for those that, or it'll be under the other webinar, the first webinar we ran anyway, if you want to see it as well. So I'm just going to upload this right now. And this will give you the tools that you need in order to really see what is, what kind of structure you should aim to have for creating a product. Now, the product that I'm creating is a free giveaway for retargeting, and that's what we're going to be working towards, creating this free product for retargeting. And today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting up the different information that we need for our retargeting guide if we're giving it away. Okay, I'm going to be going through opt-in pages today, and I'm also going to be going through setting up your entire lead funnel and the different ways that you can set up your lead funnel. We're also going to cover autoresponders. Okay, Mail X, we're going to cover that. We're going to cover other autoresponders as well, and we're going to be scheduling in autoresponder messages for when people actually opt in. This is going to be a good webinar, especially if you haven't yet set up a lead funnel before and you'd like to do that. Now, this on my screen right now that I'm loading up, and I'll show you my screen in just a moment here. You can download this, and this is in the chat box, and it will be underneath the last webinar replay that you had. Now, Shalina, I'll give out the webinar replay YouTube link now for the so you can mark it, and it'll be added to the page once I get off this webinar, because yesterday, for whatever reason, it wouldn't allow me to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and post this here, and then I'll be adding this to the page as soon as I get a chance, very soon as well. All right, so I'll just put this here, and I'm just going to put this in the chat here as well. Cool. So this is it right here. This is the first webinar, number 1. And before you watch that, I really encourage you, and make sure that you've watched the first webinar that I did. The reason that you should watch this first webinar, and this is it here, is that I go into a lot of what you're going to need in order to really get things moving in this business. So that's a good enough reason to go through that. Yep, that's an example of mind map. It's an example mind map. So I recommend using a service called MindMeister, as I mentioned in the last webinar. And with MindMeister, you'll be able to divide up your ideas. You can do it in 2 different ways. You can either divide them up from the actual topic itself, okay, that you can choose the topic itself, or you can choose in advance what kind of white label product that you want to sell. Now, when you're selling a white label product, you'll be able to basically go through, and you'll be able to build back from that product. Let me give you an example of that as well. So if I go into, I'm just going to go into my screenshots, and I'm going to send you a example of building back. One moment. Here it is here. It's here. All right, great. Cool. So I'm just going to send this through. And this is also going to be quite useful to you as well. So say for example we were building back from Video Drill. Now Video Drill is one of the bonuses that you have access to with your package, your coaching package, and you'll be able to build back from this in the same way that I have done it in the past. And you'll be able to do this to give away a free product for that white label product. So if you don't yet know what topic you want to talk on, then a great way to start is take one of the white label products that I have and build back from that. If you're able to do that, then you'll be able to do a lot more, and you'll be able to do it a lot quicker as well. So I encourage you to do that. If you can use that mind map there if you want to sell Video Drill. I know that Len, I think you are angling towards selling Video Drill and wanting a free product to help you build out that leads funnel with that software. So today's session is going to be a lot about that. Now I'm just going to double check that it's being recorded. It is being recorded, fantastic. And the first step is going to be now building our lead funnel. What do we actually need in order to build our lead funnel? Now today you're going to need a opt-in or landing page builder. You're going to need an email autoresponder, and you're also going to need potentially you'll need some sort of membership software. You may not, but you're basically going to need an opt-in, and you're going to need a email autoresponder. So the three websites that I recommend getting a landing page from are Lead Pages, Optimize Press, and ClickFunnels. These three solutions right here are probably the best solutions right now. ClickFunnels allows you to build out websites really easily. It allows you to create websites. The disadvantage is that it's expensive. About $97 per month you'll end up paying for ClickFunnels. Optimize Press, another good solution. It's based on WordPress. The disadvantage of this software is that it's slow. That's the only disadvantage. You're going to find that when you're editing pages, it's going to be a lot slower than ClickFunnels, okay, because it's on WordPress. But it's easy to use, and it is a really good software. It's also a one-off cost, so you're not going to pay monthly. Now, Lead Pages, again, is a web-based editor, video editor. These are the prices. You've got $199 annual access. You've got Pro for $47, paid monthly, and $25 per month. So most people, I'm assuming, pay $49 per month for the use of this software. Now that's a bit expensive. The disadvantage of this software is that you can't add HTML. You can't add HTML components. Not whatever package you buy, you're not going to be able to add HTML components. So it means that you're limited sometimes. You'll have some limits, which isn't good. So my personal recommended solution, and the one that we'll be using for our demonstrations, is going to be ClickFunnels. I'm going to use ClickFunnels for the demonstration. One, because it's really easy to understand and pick up, and two, because it's probably the best solution out of these three. So let's get to it. And by the way, if you have another software like InstaBuilder, if you have another software like Extreme Builder, those are also good options. And you've already got a web builder, so you'll just be able to duplicate what I show you here, but in those other softwares. So first of all, we need to build out what's called a funnel inside ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is set up to build in funnels. Now, funnels are sales funnels. You've all been through a sales funnel before. You purchase a product, then you get to the next stage, and someone offers you an upgrade. What we're doing is we're doing that, but we're taking it one step back. And what we're doing is we're offering a free product and then offering upgrades. Now, the best way that I can show you how this is going to flow is by going to mindmeister.com again, and I'll show you what it's going to look like on the screen. I'm just going to use the test drive, and I'm going to show you this now. So we've got our leads funnel. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add in something else to our leads funnel. It's going to be the first step in our leads funnel is going to be a opt-in. All right, so opt-in page. Now, the opt-in page is a page where we're actually giving away our free product. We're giving away our product for free. And the reason we're doing that is because we want that person's email address. Once we get that person's email address, we can send them emails, all right, and we can do a lot more. So once the person opts in and they join our list, we're going to send them an email. Okay? What we're also going to do is we're going to send them to an offer. Cool. So they opt in. When they opt in, they're going to be sent automatically to a sales page for an offer that you're selling. All right. You should always be selling something after that opt in. The reason is that this is your opportunity to sell something. And if you pass it up, then you don't know whether you're able to make your money back. And this is really important, especially if you're paying for visitors from Facebook ads or something else. You need to make sure that people that go to your opt-in, after they go to your opt-in, you have an opportunity to make money there, because then you can start measuring how much your customer is worth. What's your average customer value? And you can decide whether the money you're investing is bringing in a profit or it's bringing in a loss. Really important that when you're doing this, you're in a profit, because otherwise, why are we doing this? So that's for paid traffic. It's important for paid traffic. It is important for free traffic, solo ads as well. You want to have some sort of offer so you can make money immediately. Now, this offer, what it should be is it should be a low-cost item. It shouldn't be $197 or $297, because the person is very cold. They don't know who you are. They don't know about your products. They haven't had the chance to yet read your guide. This is simply a low-cost item of between $7 and $47. All right, $7 on the low end, $47 on the high end. Often, people will also use a $1 trial here. So they'll offer a $1 trial. They'll say, sign up for a $1 trial, and you'll get charged $47 in 30 days if you don't like the content. And then they'll sell something which is a monthly membership. I personally, right now, am setting up one of these funnels for another one of my companies. We're doing this exact method, right? Opt-in page, free giveaway, send them an offer, $1 trial, then $37 or $47 per month after that $1 trial. That's what we're doing right now. And when someone signs up, they get an email. Now, this is what the typical opt-in funnel looks like. You've got send an email immediately. Then you'll have email. You'll have email. And then you'll have email. Now, somewhere along the line, you're going to offer a product. So it might be sales offer. All right, sales offer. Well, that should be out. And email. All right, so you're seeing what's happening. Put a 1 in the box if this is clear to you right now. We're generating an opt-in. Then from there, we're using that to send emails. Now, these emails are building a relationship with our subscriber list. The reason that we send these emails is to build a relationship with our subscriber list. And the benefit of this is that they can all be fully automated. So you can automate this entire process, so you can be on the beach, you can be sitting somewhere else, and you can have this making money for you. Now, obviously, you would want at the start to be looking over this and making sure that it's working well. Once you've confirmed that it is working well, then all you need to do is get traffic through it, and then everything else will happen automatically around you. This is the ideal business model. It's the ultimate business model that allows people online and online marketing with softwares, everything else. It allows them time freedom, it allows them to build a business, and it allows them to do it on autopilot without needing to do any of the work after doing that. And most people, what they do is they do a lot of work. So most people don't settle with one opt-in lead funnel. They go ahead and they build other ones, all right? Because once you've got a subscriber list, the more lead funnels that you build, you can send those subscribers to that new lead funnel and make even more money. And you won't have to send them to the opt-in because you've already got their email. You can just email them and send them to a sales offer. So after this email here, when you send to your first sales offer, you might start selling or sending people to additional offers on a frequent basis. You might send them to an offer every week, every couple of days. It may even be every day, right? Some people send their subscribers to an offer every day. You've just got to be aware that when you send people to an offer, and we'll learn this in the next webinar, that you are, just be aware that if you do that, it can have damage to your list. You need to do it in the right way. Now, Len's asked a good question here. If you charge them $1, how do you avoid entrenching that price in their mind? And how do you avoid refunds at the 30-day 47 unless you provide drip additional features, product, and training? Good question, Len. Now, And you're right, $1 is not a good price point, all right? $1 is not a good price point for our niche. For the online marketing niche, it's not a good price point. The reason it's not a good price point is that at $1, there is a low cost to entry, so a lot of people can refund or back out. Now, I've done $1 offers in the past, and some of them haven't worked at all, all right? They haven't worked at all. So I'm not saying that you necessarily should do this, but you should be selling something, all right? You should be selling something. The reason that you should be selling something is that once someone's bought something from you, they see you as an expert. It has an impact. You want them to buy something from you because once they've bought something off you, the likelihood that they'll buy again increases substantially. So your key goal here is to make a sale. It doesn't matter whether it's a $1 sale or a $30 sale, you need to make a sale. Now, the best way to do a $1 trial and a $47 per month price point after that is by developing a software or a training that someone can't do without. All right? Someone can't do without. You must develop something that someone can't do without. So one of the ways that people do that is they create software. It could be an email marketing software, site builder software, something that people absolutely need. Secondly, the other way that people do that is that they use what's called drip feed content. So someone will sign up for $1, and then for $47 per month, they'll receive additional content, new content. Now, the benefit of that is that everything can be automated. The disadvantage is that you're obviously, people are paying $47 per month, so your content better be good. That's the real feedback there. If it's good, people will keep paying. Cool, James. How do you create that? Now, fail because let me just read that question. Cool. How do you create an offer that sells? An offer, because that's where I fail to create value. Now, the offer creation process, we're going to be going through that in the 4th webinar. And I'll be going through that in detail because it is a big topic, a really important topic as well. We may even cover it in the 3rd webinar. We won't cover it today because I'll be focusing on generating an opt-in. I'll cover some of that stuff, but in terms of selling products, it's a skill, and it's a skill that you need to develop. And it's not about flashy colors or anything like that, or like creating a good-looking page. Often it's about what you communicate. It's the hook. It's the reason that people would buy, and it's the ability or your ability to generate traffic that's relevant and has an interest in what it is that you're selling. Once you've got that, then it is a whole lot easier. So I'll be covering that in the next training, and that's one of the skills that does take time, and you will be able to develop it. And once you've made one sale, it'll be a lot easier. Okay, so we've developed our lead funnel. This is our lead funnel here. This is a basic lead funnel. We don't have any smart things going on here. We're not tracking who's opening our emails, who's closing our emails. This is a basic automated funnel we're going to create. And this is really all you need. Unless you're doing consulting or selling $5,000 courses, there really isn't any other need to do anything other than this. So we go to ClickFunnels. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a opt-in. Now, I'm just going to add a new funnel. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a opt-in. So I click choose emails. The option I'm choosing is collect emails. I then add in my opt-in name. So in this case, what I'm going to be doing is it's going to be retargeting made easy. Let's say that's a product. Build funnel. All right, so now we're building our funnel. Now we go down to a funnel, which we've just built. And where has it gone? I always get confused by finding what I've created here. This is one of the only issues with this software. It can get a little bit complex sometimes, or it doesn't work as it should. We've got ungrouped. We have ungrouped. Does anyone see it? Does anyone see what we just created? It should be here within this list. Okay, what I'll do is I'll refresh. Yep, good suggestion. And we'll see if this shows up now. All right, well, let's try that again. So we're going to add a new funnel, collect emails. We're going to, once again, put in retargeting, made easy, and we're going to build our funnel. Now the group, we're going to put in a group. We'll put it in the group, which is Marketing Insider, and we'll build this funnel. So we'll go to Marketing Insider, and it's not there. Oh, okay, what it's asking me, okay, this is one of the disadvantages of ClickFunnels. It's difficult to delete funnels, but they make it, they ask you to upgrade and they limit the amount of funnels that you have. So a disadvantage of this software, but we'll deal with it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here and delete a funnel. All right, I'm just going to delete this here. They do make it delete, just remove this from the funnel, and we'll start like this. So we're going to click Add New Step, and we're going to choose to call this our first step, which is going to be called the retargeting made easy. Cool. Create our funnel. We've got our opt-in here, and now we select the template. Now there's many different templates out there that you can choose from. These templates are good. They're not great, but they're good. They will work. So we're going to choose one of these that fits what we're doing really well. In this case, we're not running a webinar, we're doing an opt-in. So we can actually categorize or search through the categories and find only templates that are related to email opt-ins. Cool. I'm going to take this basic example today. Usually the most simple of these templates works the best. You'll find that the most simple work the best, where you're communicating one thing, it's really clear, it's really easy, and people know. Depends which traffic source people come from, what you use here, what type of landing page you use, but it doesn't need to be anything difficult. Click Edit Page. And now we're going to start editing this here. So we're going to add a title. So it might be discover the number one trick for retargeting, or doubling conversions. Doubled conversions might be one of those things, or increasing conversions, right? Because what we're doing is we're showing them how to retarget. We're showing them how to increase their conversions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say download your free guide to increasing conversions and selling more with retargeting. We're going to use this as our hook, and I'm going to adjust this and make it look a bit nicer. Now with this software, you're able to make it look a bit nicer by going in Settings and selecting your area, clicking Settings, and then choosing to adjust this here. So you can adjust this here. I'm going to align it in the center. I'm going to decrease the font. And I'm also going to go ahead and choose a bold color. And we'll usually just play around. I usually spend a bit of time on this because the most important thing is the message that you're communicating. All right, you need to be communicating the right message. And with retargeting, our hook is that they're going to be doubling their conversions. So we need them to download the guide. You'll see here also that the headline, it slopes downwards. One of the biggest things that you can do is lead people down the page. So as they read this headline, it's going to lead them down to the opt-in. All right. Now the email opt-in is what we're trying to generate here. It's really easy to add an email opt-in within the software. All you need to do is go to Email, click on Integrations, and you can connect up your Aweber account. You can connect up any of your autoresponder accounts, and then you can actually choose the list or a form that you've already set up inside one of these accounts. Today I'm going to select Online Success. It's now connected, and I can now generate leads into this. So now if anyone comes in here, then we can generate a lead. All right, so that's all we need to do. We've created our opt-in. It was pretty easy with this software. The software has created a cool design for us. And now when people opt in, they're going to be sent to somewhere. All right, they can opt in. Now, often with now, a good question, Len. Now, with the opt-in pages, a video can help it or it can hurt it. With this, it depends where your traffic is coming from. If your traffic is coming from a known source, a reputable source, then you can get away with not using a video and you might see higher conversions. If it's coming from a non-reputable source and you might need to do a bit of selling, then you can use an opt-in with a video. Now, if you want to, with this software, you can add video really easily. In fact, we could add a video into this if we wanted to right now. I'll show you how to do that. We drag this element up. All right, it's going to go up, down, and we'll add a video. Now, there's a disadvantage with the software. It's got a column system, so you need to make sure that you have a column set up. It's not the most easy of softwares from that perspective. It works on rows, and it's not always easy to add certain things that you may want to. In this case, what we have a problem with is that we've got this in the same column row. I need to drag that in here. Now, I can do that by dragging it up like this, but if we wanted to customize anything underneath this, it might be a little bit difficult. So here we are. I've created my video. I've got my video. I've got my headline. The one thing you need to make sure of, though, is that when people land on your page that they can see the video. That should be the first thing that they see. It needs to be in the fold. And you might have a video here and you want to keep it short. The video itself, it should be probably between 1 to 3 minutes long. 1 to 3 minutes long. And it's solely going to communicate the benefit of why people should opt in, what they're going to see on the next page, what experience they're going to have on the next page. Cool. Then paid traffic is an unknown source. All right. So I would probably, if you're using paid traffic and someone doesn't know who you are yet, then yes, I would use a video. However, if you're retargeting people to your opt-in, or if I, for example, was sending an email about you, Len, and I was saying, hey, Len's got this great retargeting guide, you need to check it out, and I was sending that email for you, because I'm recommending it, because my list trusts me, and the ones that want a retargeting guide will opt in, you don't necessarily need a video. When you do need a video is on the next page, all right, the thank you page. That's more important. It's more important to have it on the thank you page, because then what you're doing is you're starting the process of building a relationship with these people. All right, so on the front, on the opt-in, it doesn't matter. Test it, have a video on versus not having a video. Use a link tester, all right? Pretty links, use a link rotator to test them both. You can test them against each other. And then once you figure out which one's working best, then test something else. And with your long-term business, your long-term lead funnel, it's important to keep testing. But again, the most important thing is getting that opt-in. That's all we want. All right, whatever's going to get you the highest conversion rate of getting the opt-in, use that. Then after that, then that's when we have a video. And that's when video is going to be important. Today in online marketing, you can't get by without using video. It's just a fact. I mean, if you want to make the most money, you need video. Now, you don't necessarily, you can create pages without videos, but you're going to see a lower amount of sales. You're going to see a lower amount of trust. You're going to see less money being made in your emails, because people, why would they trust a recommendation from you? Because they don't have any relationship with you. They've never seen your face. 5 years ago, you could get away with it. Today, because there's so much video out there, because so many people are screaming with different messages and being so personable, it's very difficult to compete unless you have some sort of video. So you need to think of as well, who's going to be the voice on that video? Is it going to be you? Are you going to be the face of your business? If you are going to be the face of your business, then that's going to be a bit easier. Okay, so everyone can still hear me. Put a 1 in the box if you can still hear me. Cool. Now, I always test my opt-ins. The reason that I always test my opt-ins is that it's something that's really easy to do. It takes a few more minutes, and you can test them against each other. We're going to test this opt-in against another opt-in very soon. For now, though, I'm going to create a video. I'll be creating a video a bit later on to add to this page. But for now, I'm going to delete this. And we're just going to have this right here. When you're ready, click Save. And if you want to, you can actually preview this guide as well. So we can preview it here if we want to. And it's going to load up the preview. It'll show us what it looks like. And here we are. Cool. So we've got our opt-in. We've got our lead page created through ClickFunnels. And it's ready to go. Now what we can do is we can go across. We can click on this. Make sure these notices are taken care of. You need to set up metadata first. Retargeting guide. And preferably you'll have an image as well for social media. Click Save. And we're then going to go Exit. All right. Now what we're going to do is we've got our link. And you can actually see this link for yourself. Okay, you can see this link for yourself. Now this link is currently set up on my ClickFunnels account. If you don't want this set up on your ClickFunnels account, it's really important that you go here and you install it or add it on a different account. We can do that very easily, all right? We can add it to our HTML website. We can do that through publishing. So click on publishing once you've completed it, and then you've got your different options here for actually using that page. You can either add it with a WordPress plugin, you can download the HTML, which is what I'm going to do now, and you can also use embed code. You can add it to Facebook, get click pop code, or anything else. Now, if you were using a WordPress plugin, it's really easy to do as well. You just need to download the plugin, all right? Download the plugin for ClickFunnels and then upload it. So I'm going to download this version right here, and then you can upload it into your chosen website, right? That website can be whatever you want. You just upload this into your website and you're ready to go. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you something that's really important. I'm going to show you how to add HTML pages into your server. Put a 1 in the box if you've done this before. You don't need a web, you don't need a video studio. It can be, whatever. It can be really, you could be outdoors. It doesn't really matter as long as there's some sort of video to build a relationship. That's what's most important. Cool. So we've got about 50-50. All right, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one of the most core skills that you need to learn. And it's basically going to be accessing your server and uploading a page. The way I do it is a way that most developers would not do it, but I don't know how to do it any other way. I haven't been able to learn how to use FTP yet, and I don't like using FTP. So what I'll do is I'll show you how to do it. Yeah, you can use FTP file server, like FileZilla. I've never been able to really get used to using it. So I'm going to show you how to do it through cPanel today. But you should learn how to use FTP, but you don't necessarily need to. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to load up one of my websites, and I'm going to actually show you how to add in this into a server. Now, most servers, they look exactly the same. All right, most servers, they look exactly the same. So your cPanel is likely to look exactly like mine. Okay, just a moment. I'm just going to add this. I'm just going to load up my web host now, and then I'll start showing you what this is. So 1 second, 1 moment. Account. And is there any questions on what we've covered so far, or is it clear so far? Can I add this into Shopify? No, you can't. Unfortunately, I don't think you can. It won't do Shopify just because Shopify doesn't have the flexibility to add the opt-ins. You can use it on WordPress or anything else, but it won't work on lead pages, obviously, and it won't work necessarily on Shopify. All right. Cool, everyone's clear, great. Let me now do this now then. I'm just going to put this in. Almost there. James, yeah, it's fine on ClickFunnels. You're okay to use it on ClickFunnels, that's fine. I'm using it on my website, the reason being that you may want to use it on your website so you've got your domain. Right? If you want your domain, which preferably you have your business domain on it, then you need to do what I'm doing right now. All right, so I'm almost into my name server. 1 second. It's a long process to do this, but you'll be able to do it far simpler. The reason it's longer for me is that I have a big virtual hosting provider server that takes ages to do anything. It's got all sorts of permissions and all sorts. What we'll first do is we'll need to actually buy a domain first, actually. So we would first of all think of what kind of domain we need to buy. Now today what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to Affiliate Kickstarter, just so I can show you this example, and I'll have a training guide on how to add this into your domain, add your own domain to your host. What is lead funnels? ClickFunnels or lead funnels? I'm not sure of lead funnels. Okay, here we are. So let's say, for example, we've got our cPanel. All right, this is cPanel right here. Click on File Manager. We're going to go to Public HTML. We've got our product here. All right, our product is here. These are other files. Don't worry about these. Click on Folder, and then name what the opt-in extension is going to be. Might be retargeting. Click Create New Folder. Double-click on that new folder, retargeting. Then click Upload, and we're going to drop in our HTML. All right, we're going to drop in this HTML of ours. See this here? We're dropping this into our cPanel. It's uploading this file. And now I'm going to call this index. I'm going to rename this to index.html. If it'll allow me to rename it, I will rename it to index.html. 1 sec. Okay, you have to click enter. So index.html. Now what we're going to do to test this out is we're going to go to affkickstarter.com/retargeting. That's my domain, all right? That's my domain. And here we are. We've now got it opt-in. Okay, so I've created our first step of this lead funnel. All right? Click a 1 in the box if that seemed okay. Did that seem simple enough? I'll put a 1 in the box if that sounded simple enough. Cool. So it's pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. Now, for my JB products, Michael, I currently use Optimize Press 2, and that's for my bonus pages. And the reason that I do that is that I have someone that works for me who is very familiar with Optimize Press 2.0, and they also have a lot of templates. We've built a lot of templates around it. ClickFunnels is a bit too difficult to do. I mean, it's not too difficult. It's just we haven't got the systems for it yet. That's all. I mean, it looks great. We haven't got the systems for it yet, and I haven't tested out the landing pages, what they would do for a bonus page promotion yet. So we don't have the systems for it, that's all. So we've got the systems for Optimize Press 2.0. I've got someone that creates bonus pages for me, and she's very, very skilled at creating bonus pages. She's done it for a really good amount of time now, and she does really well with it. So we've got the systems in place to do that, and that's the reason we're able to create them so consistently. You'll notice that every bonus page we create is unique. That's because we have someone that's fully dedicated to solely creating bonus pages. because I couldn't do it myself. It would be too much to do it myself. So once you get, I mean, and this is the other thing, we pay what? We pay about $10 per hour to this person. So $10 per hour, creates bonus pages, works between 30 and probably about 40 hours a week, So that's the cost behind making those bonus pages. When you're starting out, you can find good people between $3 and $4 that can do this for you. But for the first 2 years that I was doing bonus pages, I was doing them myself. And then we systematized it after that. So you do need to get familiar with the process yourself so you can teach it to someone else. So for the first 2 years, I've created bonus pages myself. Occasionally now I will. If I've got a urgent promotion that needs to go out and my designer isn't on, or we didn't give her enough information, then I will do it myself. And it's a lot easier because we've got templates. Cool. So now people can opt in. So if they click on this, they decide they want to opt in, they can download our free report, and they can then download the report. Okay. Now, right now, we captured an email into our email account. All right, we captured an email into my email account. The problem is we didn't get taken anywhere. So now we've completed the first step of our lead funnel. Now it's time to add the second step. The second step is we need to set up a thank you page. It could either have an offer on it, or it could have a thank you page with a video on it. Now, in this case, because I don't yet have an offer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a thank you page. What you'll probably want to do is you'll probably want to have a sales page that someone will go to. We're going to cover that in the fourth webinar. All right, we're going to cover that in the fourth webinar, creating a sales page. So today I'm going to create a thank you page, and we're going to add that as a complete step. And I'm going to show you how to add that complete step. I'll go through it as slow as possible because this is quite new, but it's something that you need to learn. So first of all, you're going to need an email autoresponder. Now you can use MailX for this, or you can use Aweber. All right, I'm going to use Aweber for this example, and I'll use MailX for another. Now we've got scheduled maintenance for Aweber. Fantastic. You can see here, this is one of my subscriber lists. I have multiple subscriber lists that I email. This is a percentage of my subscribers that I have in this particular account. You'll see here I also send out bonus offers, my bonus offers that you've received, and we can see the statistics here. So there we are. Now we've got our list of subscribers. Affiliate Kickstarter, we've got also, if we go down, we've got our lists. These are the lists that we have. Now the list, if you remember, is online succeed that I set up in ClickFunnels. So you need to click on that, online succeed, and select that list. All right, we're going to work directly on this list. Now what we need to do is we need to first of all go into list settings. Now I've been doing this for a long period of time, for years, but this always changes. All right, this website always is changing. So even though I may not, know too much about this, this new format, I'll be able to show you it. But it's always changing, so you've always got to be keeping up with it. Now, I've added my basic settings. I've added my name, my email address that I'm going to be sending emails from. I can now personalize my list if I want to. I don't do that really at all. Then we choose whether we want this to be a confirmed opt-in or not. Now, the difference between a confirmed opt-in and a non-confirmed opt-in is that when someone goes to confirm their opt-in, what happens is that they will receive a message from Aweber or MailX, and it will say, hey, would you like to confirm your opt-in? Now, what you'll find is that if you use that, you'll have a lot lower subscriber rate. And if you're paying for traffic, it's important that you don't miss out on any subscribers. So what I recommend doing is turning off confirmed opt-in. It's really annoying, but most email autoresponders will have it automatically turned on, and you have to go in there, you have to change the settings around and make an effort to turn it off. So that's something to be aware of. You're going to have to make an effort to turn it off. And then once you've done that, then you'll be good. All right, so now that we've done that, we've turned off our confirmed opt-in. What we're going to do is we're going to add a confirmation success URL. This is the website that you send people when they confirm. Now, we don't need to add this today because we're not confirming an opt-in. If you were having confirmed opt-ins, then you would add your thank you page into here. We're going to save settings. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go over to my sign-up forms. We have a number of different sign-up forms that are available here today. Now, depending on how you've set up ClickFunnels, people will be subscribing to one of these particular funnels. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go and check which funnel we set up when we were in lead ClickFunnels. We'll go back to here. Oh, it was here, that's right. Okay. So you have to check which funnel you've actually selected in lead ClickFunnels. Settings. Oh, email, sorry. Email. List to add to. They've got list to add to here. And the form it's saying is online 16. Now I'm just going to remove this integration. I'm just going to check something here. I'm going to add this here, integrate into an existing form. Now this is showing me a bunch of different lists. So I'm just going to double check this and make sure that I choose the right one. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this method because for whatever reason it's not showing me the selection option that I need. So I'm going to show you how to do this with HTML. Now hopefully this will work. So you've got different sign-up forms here, and these different sign-up forms will allow you to redirect people where you want. So first of all, you need to create a sign-up form, and you'll need to do this in MailX as well. Create a sign-up form. Then from there, we don't need to change anything else. We can choose to have a name and an email, or we can change just to have an email. In our case, we're just having an email. So we're going to get rid of the name. We're going to then click next step. We're then going to select what's called a thank you page. Now this thank you page is going to be a page that we select which people are going to go to after opting in. In this case, it's going to be affiliatekickstarter.com/thanks. Same again to people that are already subscribed. This is where they'll download our information. We name our form online 6C. We click go to next step and we click save our form. Now that we've saved our form, we click on I will install my own form. We click on raw HTML. We untick beautiful styles. We copy this code and then we add it into our funnel here. We click pass and save web form. Now we sync in our email, pass and save web form. Now this should be saved. Cool, I believe it is saved. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to test this. We're going to save it here, click save. It's going to update automatically on our website. So we'll go back over to our website. Kickstarter.com/retargeting. We're going to go to our website. We're going to opt in. And it's not taking us to the right place. So this is a problem. Occasionally there are bugs in this software. That's the other problem with ClickFunnels. Now hopefully, I'm just going to remove integration and start again. So we go here, we click on HTML form, we click on integrate an HTML form, we click on HTML and save. It says it's connected. We sync in our email address, manually set okay, since you're using a custom form, you'll need to manually set your redirect URL. Next page below, you can grab a URL if you have any trouble. Okay, I'm going to add this here as well. We'll preview it. Now, occasionally this stuff does take time. You need to check it, and sometimes it's never right. You just need to go over it again and again and again, and then it will go ahead and it will allow you to finally do it. So sometimes it takes a bit of testing. You need to make sure that it's doing it correctly, and in this case, it's worked. So it's taken us, as you can see here, to afkickstarter.com/thanks. The integration in this case has worked. Cool, so we're done. Now what we need to do is we need to create our thank you page. So we've already redirected people. We know now when they enter their email address, they're going to go to our URL, the /thanks URL. Now we need to create a new funnel. So we click add new step. We click thanks, or it could even be download. We click create funnel step. Here it is right here. Now we need to select a thank you page. All right, this is the next step. We need to select the thank you page, which people are going to go to after they've actually opted in. So we're going to choose a template that's going to work for us. We can choose from the thank you templates here, and we could choose one of our choice. Now in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a really simple one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a video up top. So it looks nice, it looks clean, it's easy to see, easy to download. There's not a lot to look at. We know that people are going to download our guide, and that's going to be the first step. So I'm going to add this, I'm going to create this here. I'm going to then click edit page once again. And as you can see, this stuff, it does take a bit of time. It does take a bit of time. You'll need to take your time going through it, and if you need to watch this replay, you'll be able to. Thanks. Here is the retargeting. Retargeting download. Here it is. We edit this. We go into here. Cool. We might even add our image or something else. We can add social media, but that's a distraction, really. You can share it, yeah, but it's a distraction. We're not going to get many people sharing it. We're going to add a column again. Now we're going to add a video. And I'm going to add this here. Cool. So we have our video. We can click on this. We can add a video if we want to from YouTube, from Wistia, from Vimeo, from Easy Video Suite, or it could be an HTML5 video. All right, a lot of options that we have here. We're then going to go ahead. We're going to make sure everything is done correctly. We would edit this here as well, these details, and we would also add in a button which would have a URL here where someone could download. So it might be affiliatekickstarter.com/download. That would be our download link. Click save. All right, so we've got our download, we've got our video, everything is set up. We click save, we click exit, we once again click publishing, we download the HTML, we once again go across to our web server here. Now what we're going to do is, because we've set up this as thanks, we need to set up a new folder. All right, new folder. So I'm going to set up a new folder, and it's going to be a thanks folder. Create new folder. Click on thanks. Upload the file. Upload this file here. Whoops. Select file, downloads. We want to go into downloads, HTML. And now we're going to go ahead and make sure that it's renamed HTML. So it's index.html. And once again, I forgot to click enter. There we are. And now we're done. All right, let's test our funnel now. Let's test our funnel. So Kickstarter.com/retargeting. We're going to go to our lead page. We're going to enter in our email address as someone would who's going to this page. We're going to click download free report, and it's going to redirect us now back to our thanks page. Here we are. We've got our video, thanks for retargeting, and we've got our download. So we've now created our first lead funnel, all right? Really basic. We've got our download. We have our thank you for downloading. We have a video to introduce ourselves personally to people. And then what we have is we have generated a new subscriber. So in our current list here, we've now generated a new subscriber, all right? Put a 1 in the box if this is clear so far. You may need to rewatch this a bit, but that will do. Now, the reason I clicked remove beautiful styles when adding the form is because it will not accept it otherwise. ClickFunnels will not accept it otherwise. You need to remove beautiful styles. I'm not 100% sure why, but the code doesn't work. Cool. So now what we need to do is the next step is if we look at our mind map over here, send an email. We've got send an offer. Now we need to make it so we're going to have, when someone opts in, they automatically get sent an email as well. Right now, they don't get sent an email. We need it so they receive an email when they opt in. All right, we need that to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back over to Aweber or MailX, it'll be. Click on Messages and look for Follow-Up Sequence or Follow-Up Series. Click on Follow-Up Series here. And now click on the editor that you want to choose. I really don't like the drag and drop email builder. I'm not going to use that. You might want to use it, get used to it. I've always used these for the last few years and the HTML builder. So I'm going to use that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create our follow-up message right here. So this is the message we're going to create as our first follow-up message. So what would be the type of message we would want to write up once someone had opted in? Let me know in the chat what's the type of message that someone would want to write up once they've opted in. What would they want to receive? Did you download? Yep. Thanks for visiting. Yep. Instructions, correct. Now the sole goal of this email is to get them ready to receive another email from me tomorrow. All right, I want to get them ready to send it, wait for another email from me tomorrow, and I need them to open up that email. So it needs to have the download link, yes. It needs to have a congratulations for downloading, and then it should have another feature, which is look out for another email from me tomorrow. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, first of all, download. Retargeting made easy. Hey, thanks for getting access to retargeting made easy. You are going to learn how to set up retargeting for your website in a few days after reading. Maybe even you'll just put you can now download. It here. And in this case, it's our link. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give them a reason to open up tomorrow. So we're making sure that this is all intertwined, that it matches, and they have a reason to open up our email tomorrow. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at basically going ahead as a regular message. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say, look at my email to help you. The key to retargeting or setting up or maybe even creating retargeting ads. See you tomorrow. Cool. Now I know what you're thinking. This message looks really boring. It looks really dull and it looks really boring. There's no colors, there's no images, there's no fanciness. You don't need that. With most of the successful email campaigns that I've put together, I've always used basic words, no distractions, and as a result of that, it always seems to convert a lot better. So I've always used basic emails. I select HTML and I send out plain text emails and HTML, and it's all just text. Really basic and easy to read text. I never have a problem with deliverability. My emails go to the inbox, and this is how I've always done it. This is what's always worked for me. It may not be as fancy as others, but it definitely works well, depending on which niche. Some niches you may need to use a bit of fanciness. You may need to use a bit of imagery. In this particular niche, online marketing, fitness, dating, you don't need to do that. So we've got this done. We're going to make sure our link is hyperlinked. Click OK, and then click Save and Exit. Then click Send Options, and click Add to Follow-up Series. So you see that? Click Send Options, Add to Follow-up Series. And this is going to be our immediate email. So this is going to be sent out immediately once someone subscribes. So follow-up number 1 is the welcome message your subscriber will get immediately after signing up. So I say add to follow-up sequences, and it's going to add that to a follow-up sequence. Now, if anyone opts in, they're going to receive, first of all, an email from me with the download. Let's create one more right now. So we're going to go create message again. We're going to create HTML. It's going to be another follow-up sequence that we're creating. And this is it. Now this is HTML here. This is not plain text. If it was plain text, this is plain text here. All right. This is HTML. I can go into the source and I can add HTML code. So that's why it's HTML, because it does have an HTML source component to it. The drag and drop editor does not let you go into the source, I believe. So just so you're aware, the HTML editor, even though it looks like text, it's actually HTML that it's building in the background. Cool. So how to now today's email is going to be maybe it's day number 1, right? Or maybe it's how to increase traffic with Facebook ads, or how to create high converting Facebook ads. All right, this is my next email. So the next email I send out the next day is how to create high converting ads, Facebook ads. Now, different people have different email marketing strategies. So depending on your niche, you'll have a different strategy. For me, in this particular case, in the online marketing niche for our audience is quite knowledgeable. All right, so our audience doesn't need stories. They don't want stories. They don't want to be told what you're doing. They just want the information. All right, you want the information. You want to cut through all of the rubbish, because you know that in online marketing, in the online marketing niche, it's not about entertainment, it's about selling, all right? And it's about learning to sell. Most people who are in the online marketing niche, they now use a lot more direct communication. So you need to get even more direct if you really want to succeed, but in a way that's right. I'll be going through all of that in the email marketing section, which will be the next webinar we do. It'll be all about email marketing and writing emails. And it's going to be a big focus on being unique and how to appear unique. We're going to take a fitness example of what emails we write for a fitness brand, and we're going to take an online marketing example as well. Now, there's no right or wrong way of doing this. There's different communication methods. Different things work for different people. The main thing, and the biggest thing, the most important thing, is that you write as you. You use personality, your personality, and you communicate what people will want to see. That's the main and most important thing. You need to be comfortable with the type of communication you're using and the words you're using, what you're saying. All of that, you need to be comfortable with it. Now, when I'm doing sequences, when I'm doing follow-up sequences, and I'll cover this more in the next email, my emails are different from the emails that you'll read that you get as broadcasts. My broadcasts are written with the assumption that people know who I am and they've watched a few of my videos in the past or purchased a product off me. Now, these emails that we're writing, they're to free people, all right? They're to people that have jumped in for free. They don't know who I am. They don't have any commitment to me. They don't have any loyalty. They're on my subscriber list because they got a free download. That's all. So I add personality a bit more to these emails, and I intertwine them into a story. Now, you add personality not through saying, hey, look at me, I'm getting up this morning, having breakfast, and writing this email. You communicate that by being personable with them, speaking to them conversationally, all right? Speaking to them conversationally. Now, I'll go through how to do that in the next webinar. I'm not going to cover it today, but conversation is really important. One of the best conversational writers that I have seen and learnt off is a friend of mine, and he is a master at this. He doesn't do online marketing. He does CPA, but he is brilliant at it, and it's great to read his content because you'll start to understand what it means to have a conversation. All right, so read these right here when you get a chance, and it's called mrgreen.am. He doesn't blog there much anymore, okay, but read his older stuff. Read the stuff that he used to write, all right? Read some of his content here. It's really conversational, and it's really good, all right? I'll keep it short and extremely sweet. Sweet enough to make your teeth rot. Do you run mobile campaigns? Do you worry about click loss? Do you worry about the safety of your tracking data? Well, you must have been a good kid this year because your worries are now over. Santa has delivered you an early Christmas present. You can find the newly released mobile tracker on STM. It's fast, it's secure, and it's self-hosted. Now, he's obviously appealing to his audience. Now, his audience is a younger audience, a very young audience, into CPA marketing, right? Different audience, and they know him as well. They've got a relationship with him. The conversation is important. And you'll see here that he has over 102 comments on this. And the reason he has that is because he's such a good conversational writer, people want to engage. Cool. Now, in terms of list segmentation, that's advanced. You don't need to do any of that right now. None of that needs to happen. All we're doing is creating a basic follow-up sequence. So what we'd do is we'd say, hey, and I'm not going to write an email today. We're going to focus on that tomorrow, not tomorrow, but in the next webinar. Here is the email I promised you. You can find out all about Facebook ads and how to create high converting ads here now. Okay, so here you are. Now, I've just written a short email. This is by no means what you would write, but I'm doing this to show you this example of the follow-up sequence. So save and exit again. This is the second email. Once again, we click Send Options. We click Add to Follow-up Sequence. Follow-up sequence number 2, sent 1 day after previous. Okay, you can adjust that. You can have 2 days after previous, but we're going to put 1 day after previous. We're going to click Add Follow-up Sequence. Now what it's going to do is exactly one day after the person has subscribed, it's going to send them this email, all right? Now what I invite you to do is I invite you to subscribe to this test list, all right? To this test list to see this for yourself. So fkickstarter.com/retargeting. Go ahead and subscribe, and you'll now see that you receive an email immediately, and you receive one 24 hours after actually subscribing. Cool, and this is the older test of mine, it's not working. And you'll be taken to this page here, and you'll also you'll be added to the list, and you'll also have an email sent out to you immediately, and then 24 hours later. Cool. All right. So what we're going to do is this is the opt-in session. This is the lead funnels section, and we've covered this now. We've gone ahead. We've created our opt-in page. We've sent an email immediately. We've sent out an offer. All right. Send them an offer, and then we're going to be sending emails. We've sent a first email, and Brooks has received the email. Fantastic. And we have email, sales offer, and email. What we're doing is we're creating an automated lead funnel. And the key to creating the best type of automated lead funnel is by writing good emails. And next session, what we're going to do is we're going to cover how to write good emails, how to write high converting emails, and how to schedule those in so they convert. Also, you're going to learn in that webinar, the next one, you're going to learn about bridge pages, landing pages, and bonus pages. I'm going to be going into that in the next webinar, and today we've covered this, which I really wanted to cover today. This is the most complex part of the entire process. So today, if you understand what we've done today, then you understand the most complex part. The most technical and complex part is out of the way. Did everyone understand it? Put a 1 in the box if you understood it. If you're clear now and you're confident that with this replay of the webinar, you'll be able to go through, you'll be able to follow up these steps and do the exact same thing we've covered here. Cool, fantastic. You'll have to follow along step by step, and you may have to use your own site builder, but it will be the same process. Again, we're creating the first, then we're creating the thank you page, and then after that, we're creating our email follow-up sequence. This is the core of online marketing. You can do this, and you can make money. All right, this is the first step that I took when I first got into online marketing, when I first started making money online, and you can do the exact same thing. Cool. Brooks, fantastic. Yep, if you need to, watch the replay as much as you want and practice it. Yes. Practice, practice, practice. Now, what I'll be doing is in the next webinar, I'll be using MailX to do all of my marketing. So I'm going to be connecting that up with everything, and we're going to be writing emails and sending them with MailX. So those of you who do have MailX, the next webinar is going to be fully dedicated to MailX. And you'll be able to go through and see how we set up follow-up sequences there as well. Now, follow-up sequences are a bit easier in Aweber. They are a bit easier. So I'll show you how they work inside of MailX, and you'll also see how it is. Now, MailX is a bit more complex, and that's one reason I want to do it in a separate webinar, because I will need to spend a little bit more time going over it, and I don't want to confuse you using two different softwares today, but next time I will use a different software to do it, so you'll be able to see Aweber and you'll be able to see this one. So those that have Aweber, you'll be able to see this. Those that have MailX will be able to see MailX. All right, so what we're going to cover in the next webinar and what your action steps for this week are, we're still writing our guide. We want to make sure you've got that free guide to give away. Now, in the next webinar, I'm going to create a lead funnel for you, all right? You're going to be able to keep the lead funnel that I create. I'm going to use opt-in pages, I'm going to use thanks pages, and you're going to be able to, I'll send you over this, and you'll be able to use it yourself. And it should be quite easy to use. You'll be able to also create this by now yourself, so hopefully now you have the skills that you need to go ahead and create this by yourself. Cool. Selena, I won't be showing you how to integrate MailX with hosting, no. What I recommend doing is following the videos inside of MailX to cover the hosting. The reason being that we're going to have a limited period of time. We're going to be limited to 2 hours in the next webinar, and I want to make sure that I can cover everything. There's going to be a lot to cover in this next webinar. So it's going to be on Monday next week. You'll be getting a replay of this after this webinar. Give me a couple of hours and I'll send it out. I'm in the office right now, so it's going to be, hopefully it'll be easy to update that page. And you'll find the replay on the thanks page, the same thanks page that you downloaded all of your white label bonuses. That same thanks page will have that there. Cool. If our email online guide is quite extensive, should we condense it and use the content for follow-up emails? Yep, that's a good suggestion, Brooks. You can definitely do that. Oh, cool, Mario. Good to have you on. Yes, I'll do that. I got your email. I saw that just today. And yep, I'll be doing that. Please authorize the reseller products. Yep, I will do that, Mario. No problem. Cool, Tom. Yep, I'll send out the thank you link now to this here. Now, this thank you link, it may change on the next webinar. The reason being that that I want to make sure that this content is kept private. I don't want it being shared. So very soon I'm going to be adding in a members area, and you will need to go and register. But don't worry, I'll cover that in the next webinar, how to do that, and I'll be registering you for an account. Reason being is I should be protecting these pages, and now that we're doing the webinar, as we're going through this information, it's important that I do that. Yep, James, yes, I got your mind map, and I'll be reviewing that and sending you an email about that very soon. Cool, so here's the link again. The link, and this link will have the replay on it when it goes live. All right, posting this in chat now. Here you are. Cool. All right, so how has this information been today? Has it been good? Did you learn something today? Let me know in the chat whether this has been information that you've learned something from and it's been useful today. Cool, informative. This is the first step. So once you've got that, once you've got this done, everything's going to fall into a place a lot easier. So hopefully it's going to be step by step. Hopefully it's easy to understand. And I think so far I haven't had any serious questions with issues. So that's really good. Awesome. Shalina learnt a lot. Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, cool. So some information covered that you may already know. Cool. But still a lot of information that's new. Fantastic. My head needs a rest, Brooks is saying. Cool. It will take a little bit of time to grasp, but this is the thing. Learn this. This is a skill. This is a skill that you can learn and you'll be able to use over and over again to always generate new leads. Once you've done this, the hardest part is out of the way. So I really encourage you to go out there, try and do this as much as you can, because once you've done this, it's going to be a lot easier. Cool. And I know we covered it fast, George. What I encourage you to do is watch the replay again, and you'll be able to follow along the steps that I covered. James, if you're ready to create your funnel, then create your funnel before the next webinar. Yep, if you can create the funnel before the next webinar, that would be excellent. James, if you can create that funnel and send it through to me to look at, and anyone else as well, if you've created your funnel, you've mind mapped your product, you've developed your free product, created your free product, please send me an email here with the details of it if you'd like me to review it. And I'll actually review it, I'll send you feedback, and then you'll be able to get a feel whether there's anything that you need to improve. Or if it's 100% confirmed, it's A-OK, then I'll confirm it with you and you'll be ready to go. So if you do want that confirmation, then please send me an email, sam@sambacker.com. I'm readily available to help, and I'll help you with it. Cool. Michael, good question. Now a list is, okay, Michael's asked, what is the difference between a campaign and list services like Aweber? List in services like Aweber. So basically a list is your subscriber list. It's a list of people you have. And the campaign is your email marketing campaign or your email follow-up campaign. So it's the action of sending emails is the campaign. Len, the next webinar is going to be on Monday next week. So Monday next week. Monday next week, and I'll be in the office. It'll be same time, and we'll be running it there. Cool. George, sam@sambacker.com is my email. Success Online with Tom. Tom, yep, that's a good domain, and yes, that works fine. That will work fine. You should have a domain for your product. You should choose a domain, buy it from Namecheap. Namecheap is the cheapest option out there, and Then add your ClickFunnels to your domain, your hosting, and you'll be good to go. All right, well, thank you for coming on the webinar today. I'm looking forward to Monday. I'm going to send you an email out with this replay, and make sure you check that link that I gave you in the chat. Check it in about 1 to 2 hours. I'm going to convert this replay immediately here, upload it, and as long as I have no issues adding the video, I had some issues yesterday. As long as I have no issues, then it'll be up there probably within about 1 to 2 hours. So just be prepared to see that, and I look forward to helping you with that. All right, thank you guys. Thanks. I'm getting some good positive comments. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad that you're learning, and this is good information for you as well. This is exactly the information that you need in order to start making money online. It's exactly what the top marketers, everyone does, and it's the skills that you need to know. So thanks once again, and I look forward to talking with you on Monday. If you need anything, sam@sambacker.com, give me an email, and I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.